So let's get started with irregular yo form. So there's something strange about the yo. So the yo form, again, a little review from the last videos. The yo form is the I form. I am doing the action. So yo means I in Spanish. Yo hablo. So these, the irregular yo form, they change the yo form and only the yo form. And there are a couple of types of those. There are go verbs, ones that end in oi, ones that end in sko, and then ho. And then there are three that are sort of follow their own pattern. So we're going to talk about each of these briefly. First, the go verbs. All right, and they're called the go verbs because, well, there's a G in there. They end with go in the yo form. So, for example, hacer, to make or to do, is yo hago. I do. I make. I do my homework, for example. Hago mi tarea. Hago mi tarea. Right? And there are several of these. They don't have a whole lot in common, or at least not all of them. There's not one common characteristic. So you just have to remember them. Hago, salgo, all right, to go out. I go out, salgo, or no salgo. Hoy día. Traigo. You see there's an additional addition here. Traigo has an IG, but it's still a go verb. It ends in go. So I carry, traigo. And all of these, again, in go. Caigo, digo, hago, pongo. The ones with the asterisks, they have other changes as well. We'll talk about that briefly. Take a look at pospongo, just a real quick piece of information here. If it has a prefix like pospongo, to I postpone, it carries the same irregularity as the root. So pospongo, just like pongo, to put place or set, I set the table, for example, pongo la mesa. Pospongo would be the same. Detengo, tengo, I detain, right, etc. So let's talk briefly about dar, the oi. It seems like this isn't a pattern because there's only one here. The truth is that three of the straight up irregulars also end with this irregular yo. So it's quite common because they're very popular words. In this case, dar, to give, yo doy, I give, yo doy. Te doy el regalo, por ejemplo. I give you the gift. Doy. Right, the ZCO, you can see there's a pattern here. There are a lot of these. You're not seeing on the screen every example of each of these. There are a lot of these because in Spanish 3 there's a unit that includes a lot of SCO verbs to learn that form. So the most popular, the most common one is probably conocer, to know, to be familiar with. So yo conozco, yo te conozco, I know you. All right, I know you. Conozco este hombre. I know this guy, this man. Conozco, conozco. All of them, as you can see, with the exception of conducir, which is, there are other verbs like conducir. All the ones besides that one end in CER. So this is really just a spelling change, and it is reacting to the fact that this C that sounds like an S, conocer, would become conoco, or a hard C sound like a K, conoco, which is not, it doesn't match the infinitive. It doesn't sound like the verb that it's supposed to be, so it makes the Z conosco. Like the whole is also a spelling change, basically, or it's an exact spelling change. The other one has an additional sound. But escoger, por ejemplo, Por ejemplo, to choose, yo escojo. All right. The G would turn to a hard G if it were to remain in the yo form. Escogo doesn't match escoger, so it would be escojo. The J in Spanish is an H sound. Escojo. Yo escojo. I choose. And then there are 2, 3 really. Cabed is one of them, but it's not part of our courses in our classes in LRSD. So we just use these 2 straight up irregular yo forms. Saber is one of them, and it just comes out of nowhere. Basically, say. This one's something you use. This is to know a fact. This is what you would say. Yo sé, I know. If you're raising your hand, yo sé or yo no lo sé, I don't know it. I don't know this fact. And then veo is only super irregular because there's nothing else like it. It's not really crazy irregular. You just keep that E on, right? Veo, instead of taking it off like you would with a normal one. ER. Veo, yo veo. I see. Veo. So let's do just a really brief practice. Pause after I read the infinitive if you want to think about it more. All right, because we don't want the video to be too long, so I'm not going to give you the Dora pause. So dar. Yo doy. Doy. It has the Y at the ending. Yo doy. I give. Saber. Yo sé. I know. Yo sé. Salir. Yo salgo. Yo salgo. I go out. Escoger. Yo escojo. Yo escojo. Ver. Yo veo.